Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. So I'm getting the cards ready. Yeah, I'm I'm having my moment. uh, okay. Whew, where's the here we go. So I asked the energies of Pisces what this reading was going to be about, and I was told that it's about to happen. I kind of want to know what exactly is about to happen because I kind of want to know if I need to be ready for something. That makes me nervous. Statements like that, it's about to happen. What's about to happen? We're going to find out. Definitely going to find out. All right. Let's see. Here it is. Final deck. And then I'm going to start reading. All right. I almost dropped the whole deck. Okay. What is going on? Ooh, are you guys feeling weird right now? Are you guys feeling like some weird ass energy? Some sense of like, hey, Maya. She's my Maya. All right. Here goes. I kind of feel like something doesn't want me to read this or share this information with you guys. It's just a really weird feeling. Here we go. Card number 21, it's time to lead. So, the feeling that I get from this is we've kind of been stuck in a particular place within our journey for some time now, and no one is going to get you out of that. Okay. No one is going to get you to a place of deeper understanding, of higher consciousness, of really anything except for you. This is something you have to choose for yourself. You have to lead yourself out of that mindset that has kept you trapped basically in a time warp. It's like you were hurt some time ago and you can't let go of the hurt, you can't let go of the person, but you can't be with the person. You probably don't talk to the person because I know once Pisces gets mad to that point, we have a tendency to pretend like you don't exist. Our ability to pretend that you don't exist, it's like, wow. Wow. Card number 32, time out. You've taken long enough. You've taken enough time out. Okay. It's this feeling and knowing, because I did this too, where you kind of just checked out. You weren't fully present. You were just going through the motions of life, work, connections with other people. It's time for you to take yourself out of time out at this point. You need to be fully present. Something's about to happen. I don't know what it is. Michael is telling me to reassure someone that it's not like a life or death circumstance. I don't know what that's about. Um, yeah, it's not that serious. Something's about to happen and it's going to lead to your growth, but excess fear is not necessary. Okay. So we have card number 48, Yod, destiny. A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. Let's read that again. A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. Whatever you've been avoiding all this time, whether it be a person, a circumstance, a feeling, this is coming back to you full force. Okay. This is coming back to you full force. It's coming back, and you're going to need to deal with it this time around. Whatever this is, If you want to limit it to just like, oh, it's a twin flame, that's up to you. But this feels very intense. It feels like a very, very potent message from your soul letting you know, uh, you're going to have to deal with this. You're going to have to face it this time. You can't run away this time. If you run away this time, it's going to run right along with you. Okay. And it's probably going to keep biting you in your ass while you run. So don't run from it anymore. Let's see. Um, let's see. Ooh, Yod configuration is influential and implies that there is a disruptive force at work. In a sense, this astrological placement of planets is somewhat in exile from other planetary energies because they are not harmonious with each other and therefore cause tension. So it's kind of like a point, you're at a point now where you have to lead yourself out of that timeout. Regardless of what happened before, you can't stay stuck in that place before. You can't. You have to keep moving, okay? Not running away, but flowing with the events of your life. Um, hold on. Okay. So 10, releasing allegiances. You have to let go of your hurt. It's not about forgetting the hurt. You have to allow yourself to love yourself enough to let go of that loyalty to the hurt. Some people will become very, very loyal to their pain, meaning they won't allow themselves to leave it behind. They won't allow themselves to move forward. So all that happens is you sit there and you hurt and you hurt and you hurt. And then you look for other ways to justify the hurt. How has that served you? Has that served you? Has it helped you to grow? Has it created space within yourself, within your life, for the people who love you to come forward? If it hasn't, if it hasn't worked, if it hasn't given you the results that you're wanting and needing, might be a good time to reassess whether or not you want to continue with that. Okay. So let's see. More positively, this card means that circumstances are good for achieving your goal, but be prepared for sacrifices on your part, and not just one, but several. It will not be an easy path, but it's a time to expand your focus. You have a desire for greater awareness, which will come through dedication, but patience and adaptability are necessary in making the situation work to fulfill your greater purpose, the one you were born for. So it's really about bringing you closer to whatever it is you came into this life to do. We have to release this. Ooh, y'all are going to be mad at me. It's fine. We have to release the need to have pissy behavior just because our expectations were not fulfilled. Sometimes you have to recognize your expectation, it's not in alignment with what's good for you. It's not in alignment with what you need. It's absolutely in alignment with continuing, perpetuating your cycles of hurt. We have to start choosing better, Pisces. We really, really do. This is a cycle that most Pisceans go through. It's actually from what I've witnessed, it's rare for a Piscean to not go through this type of cycle for most of their life. And just because you've gone through this cycle for most of your life doesn't mean you're less than. It just means you have to choose more. More love, more compassion, more space for yourself. Okay. So, card number 27, resilience, burn away the past. It's time to really burn away the things that you have carried on your shoulders, in your heart, in your mind. Burn that all away. The things that have happened in the past are just, it's time to move past that, and I'm speaking as someone who has a hard time moving past old hurts. What I'm realizing is, just because I'm moving past that hurt doesn't mean I'm forgetting about that hurt. I don't need to live there anymore. I don't need to stay in that place of toxicity anymore. I can definitely just allow myself to move forward, remember what happened, but not allow it to be such a heavy weight on my shoulders. And as I've done that, it's become much easier for me to really have space to learn deeper lessons. Does that mean you have to just allow anyone who's hurt you back in your life? Not really. If there's still things that are left unsaid, things that need to be resolved, then that has to be worked on. That definitely has to be worked on. Do you need them there to work on it? It might just take a conversation. It might just take a text message. So don't close yourself off to however it is your soul is going to bring you that lesson. You have to allow yourself to be open, eyes wide open, heart open to receive messages from your soul. This is not about an individual coming back into your life. An individual might come back into your life. I mean, that's really unique for each person. This is about you allowing yourself to transform into another person, another version of yourself. Not necessarily a better version, but one that's more comfortable with your journey, one that's more willing to allow you to grow. So, card number 2, moon. So, these are the aspects of yourself that you keep hidden, okay? Um, Moon. So all things must come to the soul from its roots, from where it's planted. What does your gut say? Take a moment real quick to um, allow allow yourself to really ask yourself this. What is your gut telling you? Think about whatever circumstance it is that you're going through, whatever's causing you so much struggle, and ask yourself, what do I feel about that? Just like really ask yourself, what did you feel? What did you hear? I'm sure many of us will say, well, I don't know. I didn't really feel anything. I didn't really hear anything. Or many of us will say, well, they hurt me. They're just horrible. They're a horrible person. They did this, this, and this. But what did you do in that circumstance? Because we co create every circumstance we're in. We're co owners of that, co creators of it. So maybe it's time now to really analyze where you led yourself to, what you pledged your allegiance to, and how you're going to choose to remove yourself from there. Because it's really time to recognize you have the power to stop these cycles. You have the power to stop staying in a place of toxicity. You really, really do. It might not be easy. It's not necessarily easy. But guess what? You are worth the struggle. You are worth the effort. You are worth whatever it is you need to go through to get to a higher level of understanding. You can give up on so many different things in life, but you can never give up on yourself. Ever, ever. You can have your little moment of, I want to give up on myself. That's fine. Have your little moment, but you're not staying there. You cannot allow yourself to stay there. If you want to stay there, you're going to be very miserable there. You can't go around blaming everyone else. That's a choice you're making. So if that's what you've chosen up to this point, know that you can choose something else. It's not too late to choose something else. It's never too late to choose something else. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to change your point of view. You're allowed to change yourself. Change is allowed. No one can stop that. Not even you. You can delay it, but you can't stop it. Okay. So let's see. This card is all about mystery, feeling, and hidden messages. It governs intuition and self protection. The moon represents what's felt instinctively and what is at the core of our emotions. I'm kind of wondering if this card is coming up because it's time for us to recognize we often choose options that don't feel right to us. because we guilt ourselves, we shame ourselves into this belief of we're mean, we're a horrible person, unless we give everyone a chance and blindly trust everybody and blindly overgive for everybody. You're a bad person, which is total crock of shit. That is a total crock of shit. Choosing yourself is not a bad thing. Choosing your sanity is not a bad thing. Choosing peace is not a bad thing. Let people think you're selfish, because guess what? The people who cannot understand, who refuse to see you have needs, they're selfish. And you can't exactly listen to a person who is selfish within themselves telling you that you're selfish. That's just pointless. It's pointless. So, the moon is a side we keep concealed. Allow yourself to shine. This card indicates fluctuations in your life. You may have trouble controlling your emotions. All is not as it seems because something is being obscured. You may feel you've lost your direction or that you don't have all of the information to go forward. Another thing that we kind of need to touch on, you don't always need to have all of the information to go forward. Sometimes the things you experience, the decisions you have to make, the timelines that you exist within are really a test of your ability to trust your soul, to trust your inner guidance. And if you can't trust your inner guidance, who are you supposed to trust? Someone on YouTube? Someone on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter? Someone who uses the right words? Someone who preaches about things that sound good, that sound spiritual? Who are you supposed to listen to? If you refuse to listen to yourself, you will fall for anything. You will you will experience quite a bit of struggle. And for some of us, we have to experience that. For some of us, this is the start of that, where you're about to enter a very dark night of the soul. It's a very challenging phase of your journey, but it's not something that you won't survive unless you choose not to. It's something that's going to challenge you. It's something that's going to help you see that there are things that are just barely out of your reach, amazing things, because you've been busy looking down at yourself, looking down at your path, instead of actually lifting your chin up and seeing ahead. That's kind of how you end up tripping, right? That's how you end up getting into accidents, when you don't watch where you're going. So card number 23, move forward. It's time for you to move forward. Okay. It's time for you to gather all of your pieces, because many Pisceans at this point feel very broken, very shattered, just a lot of internal destruction. Okay. Um, Maybe it's time to just pick up your pieces and keep moving. Maybe as you drive down your road, all the bumps in your road will help the pieces just fall back into place. All right. Um, Card number 5, follow your own rhythm. You cannot keep living your life based on what other people tell you to do, how other people make you feel, how other people affect the way you see yourself. Follow your own rhythm. That rhythm is based on the beat of your heart song. And if you want to keep dancing to someone else's song, that's fine, but there's a much more beautiful, much more harmonious song already within yourself. Maybe it's time for you to allow yourself to hear yourself. So let's see. Card number 1, make peace with your past. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Card number 27, burn away the past. Card number 1, make peace with your past. 2 is the number of guidance. 7 is the number of completion. 1 is a starting point. It's time for you to allow yourself to guide yourself to complete whatever toxic cycle you've been in for some time now and bring yourself back to your starting point. You can start over. No one ever said that you can't start over. You can absolutely start over. It's just very scary too. It's very, very scary too. We've become so attached to um, old ways of being, old patterns. Even if it's toxic, it's comfortable because it's what we know. Well, if you allow yourself to kind of exit your comfort zone, you can know way more things than just what you know right now. Yes, it's scary, but it's not impossible. It's something you can definitely choose for yourself. Card number 3, Mercury, mind. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. This card suggests you must put effort effort behind your talk. You have to walk the walk, talk the talk, walk the talk the walk, whatever. You got to do it. You got to do it, okay? Um ooh. Mercury is also a comedian and can be a bit of a trickster. Just when the energy seems to be flowing one way, Mercury changes the direction. Might we add, Mercury is spontaneous and insanely flexible. So, this is a planet of gaslighting, causing purposeful confusion in the minds of others to gain something not really deserved. It's time to use all of your mental faculties to get your point across. It may mark a period where you either have to talk your way out of something or talk your way into something. Beware of gossip and scandals. The important thing to remember is that what you say in this situation can and will be used against you. So, this is kind of telling me that, you're going to have to deal with this. No matter what, you're going to have to deal with this. Staying quiet is being used against you. No matter what you say, it's going to be used against you. So, stop being nice and speak the truth. Just speak the truth because no matter what, they're going to use it against you. But guess what? All of that challenge, all of that friction, it's actually working in your favor because it's growing you. It's amplifying your potentiality. So let it harvest that potentiality that's being amplified and keep moving. Okay. Keep moving. So let's see. Card number 16, hope. Ooh. So I get the feeling that it's like these are all your little parts, all these little aspects of you that have completely been torn apart. And maybe you have to consider that those pieces need to be torn apart so they can be put back together in a much more harmonious, more flexibly strong way. It's like building an IKEA cabinet. Sometimes you don't know until way into the build that you kind of use the wrong part. You kind of put the wrong part in the wrong place. And if you're just going to continue and like, fuck it, I'm already so far in, um, it's not going to be built right. It's probably going to be very unstable and it's probably not going to last very long. I mean, honestly, IKEA stuff doesn't really last very long anyway. But here's the thing, if you allow yourself to go ahead and take it apart again so you can build it properly, it might last much longer. It might be more stable. It might be something that you find yourself being so much more proud of creating. So if your life is wonky, if your life has become unstable and really a place where um, feels like anything else added to your plate is going to just completely cause you to crumble, maybe it's time to allow yourself to take yourself apart and rebuild. That's a scary thing. It touches into the whole ego topic where, oh my God, people are going to know I messed up. Well, who are these people? Are they perfect? Have they never made missteps? Do they understand that missteps and mistakes and bad decisions are nothing more than ways to refine the way you are learning the lesson you are in? Because if they don't even recognize that, who are they anyways? Very judgmental, very quick to condemn. You don't need people like that in your life. You really don't. You really, really don't. The people you're scared of disappointing, ask yourself, why are they in your life? Why are you scared of disappointing them? Is it because they have nothing good to say? Or is it because they love you so much that you just don't want to disappoint them? You want them to feel proud of you. If it's the first, why the hell are they in your life? Why is that? So, card number, wait. So, you can expect to see fast developments. So, regarding romance or relationships, it can mean that friendship is the best option for you now. The time has not yet ripened to enter a relationship with a person. This also is the card of brothers and sisters as well as twins. It's a time of flighty emotions and matters developing quickly. Check your emotions, Pisces. I'm not telling you not to feel your emotions. I'm asking you to make sure that what you're feeling is actually your truth. There might be a little bit of fear involved with your truth, but if your feelings are causing you to make excuses for yourself, excuses for someone else, reasons to stay exactly where you are in this place of toxicity, you have to question that. You have to reassess that, okay? Card number 25, release a dark wound, let love live. It's time for you to allow yourself to let go of the things that have rotted. There is richness in the decay, but that richness is irrelevant if you don't apply it. It's irrelevant. So, rotten fish, bat caca, um, chicken caca, all of those things are like disgusting to humans, right? Oh, that's so gross. That's so gross. But when you cultivate that, when you process it properly, it becomes such a rich, very, very rich soil. But that doesn't mean anything if you don't use that soil. Soil is soil. But if you start using that soil to grow things, beautiful things, wow, the amount of stuff you can grow, you can sustain yourself, you can nourish your soul without anyone else. Without anyone else. I mean, it's nice to have companionship, but do you need that companionship in order to progress? Yes and no. Yes, in that if they challenge you, I'm not talking about abusing you. There's a huge difference. You have to reconcile that difference in your head. There's a huge difference between just flat out abusing you and upsetting you because what they are doing is challenging you to think deeper, think longer, to assess your life. There's a huge difference. We don't just stay with someone who's abusing us because they're challenging us. Maybe that experience of abuse is challenging you to choose yourself. Maybe it's that. I don't know. But you have to really allow yourself to grow. You have to really allow yourself to plant seeds that will nourish you. These are the very things that you have to tend to, that you have to water, you have to allow to sit in the light of your truth. These are your greatest assets. And many of us, our greatest assets are not appreciated. Our greatest assets are very much vilified. We are made to feel shame, guilt, all of this ugly stuff. Because why? Because people don't understand us. People don't understand us. And it's easier to vilify someone. It's easier to vilify someone who seems much more powerful. And I will tell you guys, there have been plenty of experiences for me personally where I don't recognize my own power. I'm kind of just, I see myself as an average person, just doing my work, staying busy, doing my work. And there's been plenty of times where someone else has recognized my power, a power that I haven't been able to recognize myself yet. And because of that, it's a threat to them. And they start shit with me, a lot of shit. A lot of people start shit with me. I don't give a shit. I don't got time for that. I'm working. So if you're going to allow people who are threatened by you, to to really manipulate how you see yourself, distort the way you see yourself, that's a power you're giving them, because they didn't have that power without your permission. And I know this for a fact because so many people talk shit to me, start shit with me. I don't care. I'm too busy. Oh, that's good. You have opinions. That's good. I don't know what that has to do with me. I'm too busy. I got things I need to do. All right. So we got the Emperor in reverse. Emperor in reverse, that energy is rancid. Just nasty. It's a person that's very, very difficult to deal with. Pisces, make sure this is not you. Make sure that you are not allowing Emperor in reverse energy into your life. Make sure you're not nourishing that, sustaining that. Hold on. All right. Emperor in reverse, immaturity, ineffectiveness, indecision, weakness of character, failure to control petty emotions. Do not allow yourself to be so easily triggered. Now, this is what I've recognized for myself. It's okay for me to allow that moment of being triggered. The moment I recognize I'm triggered, breathe. Breathe. Do I need to be a part of this? Do I need to respond? Or do I need to just acknowledge, you fucking pissed me off? I'm acknowledging this within myself. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for this bullshit. Do that shit by yourself. So it's not about pretending everything's okay. It's about really, really choosing, pausing so you can choose what you want for yourself and what you want to happen. Okay. Um, so we have Queen of Wands in reverse, jealousy, deceit, infidelity, unstable emotions, fickleness, and resistance. Don't be these two bitches. Don't be these two bitches. If you've been these two bitches in the past, put those two bitches to bed, give them a snack, put their asses in bed, and allow yourself to be someone else. Allow yourself to return to your center of truth and just be who you are. You are not simply these two. These two are a part of you. These two can be allowed to come out when appropriate, when you have to really flex and let people know you're not going to fuck with me. You're not going to do this shit with me. You're not going to take advantage of me. You're not going to abuse me. Yeah, let those two bitches out of bed. But short of that need, that's not all you are. You could have been that at some point. You could be that at some point in the future. That sounds very toxic. Elijah, sometimes when you're dealing with someone toxic, using kindness, using patience, it's not effective. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it takes you speaking their language in order for them to understand. And if that language means, motherfucker, you not doing that shit here, I don't fucking think so, then that's what you need to use. Unfortunately, that's what you need to use. You cannot go to say, well, I don't want to vilify a race. You cannot speak American. Okay, no, let's do it this way. You cannot speak this gentle French to an irate American. They're not going to hear that shit. They're not going to hear that shit. And this facts. Okay, this is facts. Now, I'm not encouraging aggression. I'm encouraging you to discern what level of force is needed. Sometimes you could just be like, no, I don't think so. Sometimes you need to be like, you better quit. Other times you need to be like, motherfucker. You just have to decide which one it is. Don't stay here though. Put these two to bed. They need a nap. They need some juice, a nap, you know. Ace of Swords, frustrations, double edged sword, hollow victory. Whew. I get from that card that Even if you let someone get their way, that's a hollow victory for them. All that's doing is creating a pattern, behavioral pattern for you. And for some Pisceans, you need to witness that behavioral pattern before you can actually admit to yourself, okay, they really are a shitty person. It's hard for me to admit that to myself when someone's a shitty person, and there are people who are shitty. It's not PC for me to say that, but it's the fucking truth. It's the truth. Some people are just shitty people. What's wrong with saying the truth? For me, it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable for me to see someone who I recognize their potentiality, but I also see the nasty ass ways in which they conduct themselves. And I'm like, oh my God, don't be like that. But they have so much good in them. Girl, girl, it doesn't matter how much good someone has within them. They have the sovereign right to choose to not reach that potentiality, to completely ignore that potentiality. So, no matter what type of potential you see in someone, you cannot bring that out without them choosing to allow you to. And if that's the case, why are you sticking around? Because I'm going to help them. I'm going to love them and they're going to choose. No, they're not. They're not. Oftentimes, Pisces, I'm going to be real blunt with you guys. Oftentimes, it's Piscean love that perpetuates, enables people's toxic behaviors. Boom. Boom. Tell me that's not true. Prove to me that's not true. How many times has your Piscean unconditional love enabled the toxicity? How many times? Be very honest with yourself. It doesn't matter your intention, because the intention, that's irrelevant. But oftentimes that Piscean love is the very thing that enables the behavior. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you weak or stupid or any of that. It just means that love that you so freely give, you need to be careful with that. If you really love someone, love them in a way that will empower them, not enable. Okay? Double edged sword. That love should definitely be used to either cut down overgrowth or to protect new growth. Okay? Double edged sword. Page of Pentacles. Student. Ooh. We're going to be learning. We're going to be learning a lot. All right. Deep concentration and application, scholarship, reflection, desire for new ideas, a do gooder, bearer of news. Mm-hmm. That's what you are, Pisces. That's what you are. Sometimes it's your presence that brings the news. You don't even have to say anything. Sometimes it's just your presence that alerts them to divine things. Okay. We also have the devil in reverse. Released from bondage, divorce, recognition of one's needs by another person, overcoming severe handicaps. All the things that we've been talking about in this reading is, in one way or another, a severe handicap for Pisceans. Actually, it's a severe handicap for anyone who's resonating with this. I mean, let's face it, a lot of the Piscean readings that I do, so many people who have no Pisces nothing, not even cross watching, can absolutely relate to it. Is it because I'm amazing and I'm right and I'm so? No, it's not. It's because these lessons that Pisces goes through, they're kind of taken from all the different zodiac signs, amplified, and then delivered to Pisces. So we're basically, as Pisceans, experiencing the lessons from every other sign without realizing it. This is why we are such a safe place for other people. Now, are we going to allow that safe place to empower them? Or is it going to become their prison where they refuse to step out away from you because, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. I need Pisces to do this with me, for me." No, they don't. Pisces, you have to recognize your power within your journey, within other people's journey. You have to at this point. Okay, something's about to begin. And I think what's about to begin, and it might have already begun for quite a few people, is a period of recognition. Just a huge aha, rip off the band-aid, rip off the freaking blindfold, undo the handcuffs, untie the rope. Just Pisces is about to just explode with truth. All of this expansion that's been being confined. Um, why? Because Pisces doesn't want to make anyone feel inferior. Pisces doesn't want anyone to feel uncomfortable, because heaven forbid we as Pisceans allow ourselves to recognize that someone else is witnessing our power, an aspect of ourselves that we're not comfortable seeing yet. We're not comfortable acknowledging even exists. Spend the rest of the day observing how people react to you. Just observe. You don't have to ask them questions. You don't have to do anything. Just observe. Do people stare at you when you're out? Why are they staring at you? People stare at me when I'm out, no matter what I wear. Granted, today I wore my cheetah pants. I wore my cheetah pants. Um, but even when I don't, people stare. Why is that? I don't know. I don't know. I've never stopped to find out. Why don't we spend today trying to find that out? Is it because there's something they recognize within us that we're not recognizing within ourselves, and it's uncomfortable for us? Is this why we keep putting ourselves in a position where other people can very easily and readily take advantage, deplete, abuse, all of those things? Because I'm guilty of that too. I mean, let's get real here. I'm a Pisces. I'm guilty of that too. I totally experience all of that as well. All the things that we talk about in readings, unless I'm telling you I can't relate, I don't know about it. What the fuck is this shit? I've experienced that too. I'm no different than you. You're no different than me. And it's come time now for us to really begin exploring who we are, allowing ourselves to grow, holding space for ourselves to expand our understanding, our consciousness. None of these things are selfish. This is all about self love. You should be orbiting yourself. You should be the center of your universe. You should love yourself the way you so easily love other people. It's only fair. It's only fair. We're not asking to be put on pedestals. We're not being encouraged to build pedestals for ourselves and tell other people they're peasants and they need to worship us. No, this is about really exploring who you are, allowing your experiences with other people to further refine your understanding of yourself in your life. And I think that's what's coming back, a moment of clarity regarding who you are and what you're here for. Something big is about to happen for Pisces. And if you're not Piscean and you're here and you're resonating, same is true for you. Something big is about to happen. Prepare yourself for it. Not because it's scary, but because if you're prepared, you can be fully present as you experienced it. Instead of scrambling to try and figure out, oh my gosh, I need this, I need that, oh my gosh. No, I'm fully present. I'm ready. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to explore. And even if it's not good, when did we become a people, a race of humans that is so afraid of something that's considered negative? When did we allow ourselves to limit our experiences based on what society, what other people outside of ourselves deems positive or negative, good or bad? The good moments in my life have given me a reason to pause and smile, laugh, enjoy myself. The bad moments, God, I'm so thankful for those. Those are the moments that really, really open my eyes to who I am. The bad moments are the moments that have opened my eyes to the people that I have loved, the people who I've allowed into my circle, It's the very bad moments that helped me to learn who should be around me and who shouldn't. I am so, so, so thankful for all the bad moments in my life, all the times I was betrayed, all the times I was used, all the times where I overgave, overextended, over everything, the times where I chose someone else instead of myself. Those are all considered bad moments. But to me, those are all the moments I was gifted with an opportunity to learn something so profound that no one else could teach it to me. I had to live through it to understand it, because until I lived through it, there was no way I was going to agree with that. Like, no, why would I ever let someone be without? Because it's not my job to provide for everyone. It's not my job to carry everyone. And here's the thing, Pisces, no one ever asked us to carry them. These are the things we keep fucking volunteering for. Why? Because it's much easier to heal the aspects of ourselves that are wounded within someone else than it is to accept the fact that we are not perfect, that we are somehow broken, flawed. No, no. Let go of that belief that only good things should happen to you. Let go of that need for all bad things, all negative things, all inconveniences to never, ever, ever cross your path. I was telling my son yesterday, he was frustrated over something. And he says under his breath, I'm so pissed off. And I was like, that's fine. But you need to learn how to be okay and cope through inconvenience. The world is not going to be kind to you if you can't handle inconvenience. The world is not going to cater to your preferences. Just because you're willing and able to cater to other people's preferences does not mean it's going to be reflected back to you. And this is not about preparing yourself to accept that life just sucks, you don't deserve anything. No, this is about recognizing even the shittiest moments of your life. There's good in that. There's absolutely good in that. There's power in that. There's beauty in that. There's so much in that. And if you're just going to confine yourself to experiencing good things, then you're never going to give birth. Birth is very painful. That's a bad thing, right? Pain is bad. You're never going to give birth. Inconvenience is bad. You're never going to experience things that at the end of all that struggle, wow, that was such an amazing experience. I mean, zip lining, do you think they put you on a conveyor belt? You have to hike your ass all the way up to where that station is. But in the end, is it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Stop wasting your time trying to live a padded life. If you are padded all the time to protect you from hurt, you're never going to feel the softness of the petals. You're never going to feel the warmth of the sun. You're just going to be in a bubble. How's that going to serve you? It's not. But if you need to experience it firsthand, by all means, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. By all means, go right ahead. I had to experience things for myself to understand things. I'm not going to stop you from that. If you got to experience it, by all means, experience it. If you have to experience people being abusive towards you, I mean, I wouldn't want that for you. But if that's how you want to learn that lesson, I'm not going to stop you. It's not my place to tell you how to learn. It is my place to encourage you to look at everything, to truly see everything in front of you, and then decide for yourself. That's all. Just see. Pause long enough to see, not so long that you allow yourself to create doubt. Huge difference. Seeing and doubting, those are two different things, okay? So guys, I hope this has helped you. Oh, geez, Louise. Hold on. I'm being told to pull a couple more cards. I thought we were done. I thought we were done. Okay. Let's see. This is about finances. Scary. I don't know. I don't like to talk about financial shit. All right. Let's see. Let's see. And then there's going to be a talk about alien stuff. So let's see. Ooh. Oh my gosh. These are so perfect. These are so perfect. Okay. The sage. The truth will set me free. So allow all of this elevated energy to enter your crown, enter your third eye. You're being guided to something. Um, in regards to finances, I don't know if maybe your current career, your current job is going to be shifting, or there's going to be opportunity for you to elevate wherever you're at, or if there's a need for you to kind of create your own abundance. Okay. The muse. I inspire and I am inspired. Ooh. Okay. So I'm being told something. Okay. The muse and the mystic. These are the two cards. The muse and the mystic. So I am spiritually wealthy, I inspire, and I am inspired. If you are being encouraged by your soul, by this nagging feeling to put yourself out there to begin offering services because you're gifted, there's nothing wrong with that. I will tell you with absolute confidence and no hesitation. This belief that just because you are gifted, you need to give it away. You should not charge. You should not be compensated for your time, your energy, your effort. That is draconian teaching. Do not allow yourself to be shamed and belittled for expecting compensation for your time. These very people who expect and demand and don't want you to receive anything, they are selfish, they are self centered, they do not deserve whatever you are giving freely. Took me how many years to get to this point? How many years of people taking advantage of me, people demanding things, and me apologizing for not being awake at 2 a.m. to give them free readings? I don't fucking think so. And this is not about me being money hungry. This is about me recognizing my worth. I am worth it. My gifts are elevated, they are worth compensation. Your gifts are worth compensation for your time. You're not being paid for your gift, it's your time. And I tell you guys, this belief that anyone who does spiritual energy, whatever stuff, you shouldn't charge for it because you're money hungry and you're greedy. That is draconian teaching. They want the very people like you and I who have gifts to be so burdened by working more than 9 to 5, working day in and day out, barely making it. Because guess what? If you are too busy and too stressed out, working, stressing about rent, stressing about food, stressing about utilities, stressing about how you don't have anything all these wonderful people have, then you won't have time to work on cultivating your gift. Fuck these people who just want free shit. I had someone comment, baby, can you please make your reading shorter so that I have time to listen to the whole thing? Fuck you. Invest in yourself. I'm not going to make this shit easy. The message is however long it is. If it's 2 fucking hours long, invest 2 hours in yourself. The reading is fucking free. No more apologies, guys. No more apologies for having limits, for understanding your worth, for allowing yourself to receive what your higher self is giving you. For so many years, people try and offer me tips because I refuse to allow them to compensate me for my time. I'm like, no, 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 this is a gift. I can't get paid for this. Even like, here, I want to just give you like a small token of my, no, 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 that makes it an evil thing. Does it? Am I suddenly now evil because I understand I should have allowed myself to accept? I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't asking for anything. I should have just allowed them to put in my hand a token of their appreciation because they were trying to help me learn, to understand there's value. And I'm not talking about a product. They see value in me. They see value in what I'm trying to do, what I'm gifting them. I finally reached a point where I understand if so many people are going to be witnessing my journey, not just my readings, but my journey, then this has to come out. I have to have no apologies about this. Because if I feel bad about earning a living wage, what does that tell you? Someone who's not yet where I'm at in my understanding of myself in my journey. What does that tell you? If I'm going to be publicly visible to serve as some form of template for someone else's journey, to encourage you, to empower you, to inspire you, then these things have to be said. And they have to be said with passion, conviction, and lack of shame and guilt. No, I do not feel bad. I do plenty of things behind the scenes that don't involve any money. Plenty of things. I don't keep count. I don't keep tally marks of who I've done this and that. No. If it resonates with my heart, I'm doing it. If you want something from me, my time has to be compensated. The time I spend with you is time I don't spend with my children. And whatever that value is for the time I would have been spending with my children, that's what I'm going to be compensated for. And if you guys see this, not just for me, but see it for yourself, where that fear and that shame, like, oh my God, people are going to think I'm just money. They were going to think that anyways. They wanted free things anyways. They just want to take, 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 take. Not everyone is like that. Allow people who understand the value of what you're offering to compensate you for your time. And if they don't agree, they won't pay. That's I'm like, you don't agree with the price? Okay. You don't value what I do the way I do, and that's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings, it doesn't offend me. You have a different thing that you're looking for. A different thing. So you guys, these cards, man, allow your wisdom to come back. The sage. And then you have the muse and the mystic. You are naturally a mystic. If you're here on this live, if you're constantly joining me for my live streams, it's because the mystic in me is resonating with the mystic in you. I'm no different than you. I'm in the same process you are, except I've lost my fear of really looking at myself. You are a mystic as well. You are also a muse. Watching you on your path, just like how I have some sort of effect on you by you watching me, you have an effect on other people too. I mean, I don't even know why you guys watch me. I'm going to be really honest. I don't really know why. It's not for me to know, though. It's for me to just accept that for whatever reason, I'm your spiritual muse. And that's okay. That's okay. But I have to use this time I spend with you responsibly, where I allow these things that I've learned for myself to just kind of bubble up organically based on what the cards are encouraging me to talk about. So you guys, don't be ashamed. Your abundance is coming in. Part of that abundance coming in is you leaving your hand open, not out of expectation, but out of an understanding and surrender to soul placing things into your hand. You know, going like this, grabbing, that's very different than just having your hand open. You're not asking for anything. But if creation wants to give you something, who are you to deny creation? Who are you to say return to sender? No, thank you, creation. No, people will be brought to you. Whether you get paid or not, that's irrelevant. People will be brought to you. Allow yourself to experience whatever it is you need to experience. For many of us, that experience involves allowing yourself to receive. Okay? It could just be a tip, it could be a small fee, it could be an invitation to an opportunity that is like beyond what you thought you could ever get to. Just be open to allowing your soul to guide you to wherever it is you need to go. Okay. Hold on. Oh, this deck. Now to the alien message. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. I thought we were done, but we need an alien message. So let's see. Oh, that's okay. All right, final card. Ooh, okay. This is I'm totally resonating with all of this. Like I feel a vibration in my heart. Card number 36. Delusion of control. Mhm. Pisces, we know we have control issues. Our control issues are not about dominating other people. Our control issues are rooted in our fear of not being able to protect the people we love. Our fear of the people we love suffering through some sort of struggle that we can't. It's not our job to rob people of their experiences. There's that saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Whenever you try and prevent someone from going through some sort of hardship, you are robbing them of experience. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would not be the person I am right now had I not experienced a very short stint in homelessness. Mm-hmm. Yep. I had to experience fucking homelessness in order for me to force myself to see finally I deserve to allow myself to receive. I deserve it. I'm worthy of it. I'm worth it. Y'all, my ass was homeless, living in a parking lot, and I was still doing all of this work for free. Let that sink in. As a Piscean, I was living in a parking lot, doing all of this work for free, and taking donations and giving it to other people, not keeping a single dime of it. No one knew I was in a parking lot, living in a parking lot. And I was still okay with that. I was still okay with that. Guess why? Because my husband was going to work and we had everything we needed. We had food. I granted we didn't have electric or water, but we had food and our kids were fine. Until one day, Michael told me, is it fair for you to give these people your time and at the same time robbing your children of time to bond with their father? Is that fair? No, it's not. It's not fair. So do what is fair. This delusion of control, you can't control things. You can't keep people from experiencing the very thing they need to experience. If someone kept me from experiencing that, and to be honest, I chose that. I chose that. All I had to do was like, Mom, the brakes broke, and she'd wire me the money. But I was like, fuck that. I need to do this. There's something in this that I need to learn. This will be done when I learn whatever it is I need to learn. It took me fucking 5 months. 5 months to accept I deserve to allow myself to receive. I deserve it. Not because I deserve more than someone else, but I deserve whatever creation has set aside for me. I'm not taking from someone else. Delusion of control. You cannot control someone else's journey. You cannot control their growth. To try and do so, that's not love. That is not love. Card number 8, cosmic midwifery. You're in the process of labor. You haven't rebirthed yourself yet. You're about to, though. This is going to be a process that's painful. It's worth it. Absolutely worth it. It is worth it. And no, this is not to shame mothers who birthed with, medications, and that's still painful. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay? Get out of here. This is about recognizing birth is a painful process no matter what. Embrace it. No matter what, birth is painful. The recovery from birth is painful. Card number 3, change. Things are about to change. dramatically, drastically and dramatically, dramatically. Things are about to change. You're about to elevate in your understanding of yourself, your life, your connections with other people, your purpose, your power, everything. Card number 28, primal fear. They would want you afraid of your own journey. They would want you afraid of recognizing your own worth, recognizing your own power, recognizing that you have the ability to manifest, to sustain either the good or the bad. They would want you to believe that. I mean, look at society right now. They have you believing that you have to go to an expert to figure yourself out. Because heaven forbid you sit at home and spend some time with yourself. Look at the medical industry. Granted, we can't all have access to some controlled medications, but why is our access to ordering tests that we are going to pay for, why is that restricted from us? Where we have to go to a doctor and be like, could you order this? And the doctor has the power to be like, no, no, I'm not going to order that. Why? Are you paying for it? No, you're not. Why are we taught that we have to go to an expert to understand ourselves? From infancy, we are taught, programmed, encouraged, and forced to have no confidence within ourselves, within our ability. None. 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 I'm so thankful I didn't take any classes for any of the things that I'm able to do. Because if I did, that would be intrinsically programmed. The limitations, you can't do that. Oh, no, you can't do that. Taught myself photography, taught myself makeup artistry, taught myself wardrobe, taught myself computer design. I taught myself all of that stuff. Why? Because I didn't have anyone telling me, you're learning too much. You're mastering too much. Shit, I didn't even realize being a chocolatier is very hard to do. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it's very difficult to get chocolate all nice and shiny. I thought that that was just normal. You just melt it and then that's it. Oh no. Everything that I've excelled at, I didn't have anyone teach me. And the most beautiful thing about that, the most powerful thing about that is not that I learned stuff. It's not that I taught myself. It's that I didn't have someone teaching me limitations. Think on that. Card number 15, courageousness. Courageousness is not the absence of fear. Let that sink in. You don't have to be fearless. You have to find courage within yourself to keep trucking forward. Oh, look at his picture. It looks like he's running forward. Oh, yes, he's running forward. And there's something, I think he's wearing a kitty costume. Yeah, look, he even has little paws. That's cute. Keep running forward towards your destiny. Stop limiting yourself. Stop limiting your journey by trying to, like, oh, it's this, it's that. No, just live through it. Live through it, get through it. You'll be fine. Card 102, alchemy. It's time for you to begin practicing alchemy, transmutation. If you are able to recognize that life is like a pendulum that swings side to side, as that pendulum begins to swing closer to you, jump. Jump so you don't get knocked down. Oh my God, I mean, life keeps knocking me down. Well, you're not paying attention. If you pay attention to the pendulum and you jump before it hits you, you're still experiencing everything, but not with the very elevated, very painful, confusing emotion that's usually attached after you get knocked over. Okay? So, card 107, true compassion. True compassion is for self. If you can make progress with compassion for yourself, your compassion for other people will ripen right along with it. Okay? Look at that. Blocking the caca. Just because people give you a good story of why you should feel badly for them, why this, why that, block the caca. 77% at 11:11. Perfect time for me to wrap this up. 77, 11:11. Wow. 127.54. Nice. Very, very nice. So, you guys, I hope this reading For those that it resonated with, I hope it gives you encouragement, empowerment, and some type of inspiration. I hope it also gives you tremendous amounts of clarity. Start deciding things for yourself. Okay? Start deciding things for yourself. You're just as important as everyone else that you try and cater to. You're just as important as even the people who you overdo for, overgive for, and they don't appreciate you. Start giving to yourself. Start allowing yourself to receive. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone deserves to receive. Everyone, yourself included. Okay? So, thumbs up on this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on the notification bell, join me every single time I'm live. Bye, guys.